Hey friends, welcome to the Flat X2 channel. On this channel we talk all things physical media, movies, music, and books. So if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe down below for more of that kind of content. Friends, as I mentioned in the last few videos, we are getting pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. So again, just a huge thank you to all of you who have recently subscribed and to all of those of you who've subscribed months and years ago. Thanks so much. If we hit 1,000, we will be doing a live stream. This will be my very first live stream on this channel that I will not be guesting on someone else's, that I'll be doing my own. And so I'm a little nervous, a little excited, but that's what we'll be doing if we hit that 1,000 mark. So just want to say a quick thank you on that. But you're not here for that. You are here for this haul video from the Video Game Movie Dome. I am a massive fan of the Video Game Movie Dome. You've heard me talk about that place on this channel many, many times. It's my favorite place to pick up movies. You've heard many other movie collectors in this community talk about it. And Pam owns the Video Game Movie Dome. She is so cool, so fun to just hang out with and talk movies. And so anyway, I got to go there today, spent hours there, and had so much fun chatting with Pam, catching up with her, and picking up a ton of stuff. So Pam now has, which is really cool, 3 locations, and I will post them right here. So if you are in driving distance of any of those locations, I highly recommend you go check out the Video Game Movie Dome and say hello to Pam. So much of my collection has been built from visiting Pam at the Video Game Movie Dome. So I went there today, actually. I drove 3 hours there with traffic and 3.5 hours back with traffic, and it is absolutely worth it. So I want to encourage you to check out the Dome if you're able to go drive there. If not, I want you to know that lots of movie collectors actually still purchase movies from there, but they do it through the mail. Pam has great prices on her movies and amazing pricing on shipping as well. So contact Pam. All the information will be down below, the locations and how to get a hold of her. Let her know what your wish list is, and she has found so many films from my wish list. And so anyway, I cannot recommend the Video Game Movie Dome enough. But anyway, friends, this is what I picked up today. So I've got a bunch of Blu-rays, a Blu-ray box set, I've got a 4K, I've got a handful of DVDs, some really, really cool DVDs, and some seasons as well. I've got a neat gift from Pam, and I've got 2 laserdiscs. I have never bought laserdiscs before, and I don't own a laserdisc player, but they're really cool looking, and I will show those at the very end. First, what I'll show you is what I always show you first. Whenever I visit the Dome, it is located in Fensty's Flea Market, which is a really cool indoor flea market. Tons of different places, shops in there, and I'd encourage you to check those out if you get a chance to go. You can also find more movies, you can find music, which is what I always go for myself. So today there's one place I always visit, and he has great prices and just thousands of CDs. Price-wise, it is $1 a CD or 6 CDs for $5. And then he has another little stand with maybe some more expensive CDs, which is $5 a piece or 2 for $8. So I always stop by there and I always pick up music. So I'll show you that real quick and we'll dive straight into the movies. So I picked up another Dave Matthews Band album. I do enjoy this band, and I almost have their complete discography. So anyway, I did not have this one, so I picked that up today. Another band that I listened to them years ago, and I remember really enjoying them, but I just kind of got lost. I didn't pick up any of their albums, but I enjoyed listening, so I found this, I bought it. It's a band called Fields. Looking forward to revisiting that. This is my maybe my favorite Beck record. This is so, so good. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. Glad to have that in there. I'm not a huge fan of the Killers, but I do enjoy their first album. I haven't heard this second album. I think it's their second album, but I look forward to checking it out. So I picked that up. Again, these are all $1 each. I am a fan of the band Bush, listened to them years and years and years ago. I have most of their early stuff, but when they're newer albums, when I find them while thrifting, I always pick those up. And then this one was in the $5 section. I love this band. I've seen them live, and I think I need one or two more of their albums to complete the discography, and it is Blindside. Such an amazing band. This album is particularly kind of cool because Billy Corgan actually guests on one of the songs. So that's pretty neat. And then there's another, one of Pam's other locations. It's also located inside another kind of a flea market area. And I did pick up 2 CDs from a vendor there. One is an REM album. I think I mentioned before, I'm trying to pick up their entire discography. I know a handful of their hits and that's it, but I really enjoy it. So I'm doing something kind of fun. The only band I've ever done this with. I'm gonna pick up their entire discography and then listen through the entire thing. They have a lot of albums and I've got almost all of them now, but I didn't have this one. Glad to grab that one. And then this one was maybe my favorite CD find of the day. I'm a massive fan of this band and I love this album so much. The copy I had was really, really banged up and scratched. It still played fine, but I know at one point it won't. So I found a pristine, clean copy, and it is Project 86 drawing black lines. This album is so incredible. So anyway, really glad that I found this one. Friends, that's it with the music. It's all movies now. This is what I picked up. All right, so we're gonna start with DVDs, then we'll move to Blu-ray and 4K, and then we will wrap up with the laserdiscs. So this is a show that I have season 4, and I love this show so much. I love TV, older TV, especially from the 70s. And this is, I found a sealed copy of The Odd Couple. And these are all from the Video Game Movie Dome. The Odd Couple, I love the show so much. It is so funny. Really excited to find season 1. Another show from the 70s, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, a sealed copy of season 1. Really excited to have found this. Another television show, this is not from the 70s. I remember watching this growing up as a kid. This is season 1. It is sealed, 4-disc set of the legendary television show Alf. So I am looking forward to revisiting this. I haven't seen this since it aired a very long time ago. So anyway, really excited for that. So that's the TV I found. A few more DVDs I'll show you, and then just a pile of Blu-rays. Recently, I did a video on screwball comedies and shared a bunch of my favorites, and I could have gone on and on and on, sharing more of my favorites, but I shared with you just a handful. And I asked for some recommendations, and this title came up, I think, a couple of times, and I had never seen it, and I heard amazing things about it, and I found it at the Dome, and I was so pumped and excited. So this one, oh boy, the date on this, 1934, starring Carole Lombard, and it is 20th century. This one was highly recommended to me as a must-see screwball comedy, so I cannot wait to watch this one. Really excited for that. Then I've got a couple of films from one of my favorite actors, James Cagney. This is a 2-disc special edition of Yankee Doodle Dandy. Looking forward to watching this one. Really cool box set, or slip box. And then this one is Each Dawn I Die, also starring James Cagney. This one's got, I've got to get a new case on this one, but the disc is absolutely mint. Then I found a TCM MOD, and it is from 1938, and I've never heard about this film, and it's called Mad About Music. Really looking forward to checking this out. If you have seen this film, let me know in the comments below what I should expect if you enjoyed this one. Looking forward to watching it. And then this is the last DVD. This is sealed. Really excited for this. This is, of course, black and white. This is from the Studio Classics line, which I do have at least one other from this line. And it is The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. I read the description on the back, and it sounds great, and it is sealed, so looking forward to checking that out. All right, let me give you the 4K, and then we'll dive through the giant pile of Blu-ray. So I am looking to complete, I was going through my list, and I realized I was only a handful of films away from having the entire MCU. So I thought, you know what, may as well just finish that off. So I only have a few left, but I picked up Captain Marvel on 4K. I love the 90s vibe in this one. I don't think it's not near the top of my favorite MCU films by any stretch, but I did like the 90s vibe in here. There's some 90s music. So I am looking forward to checking this one out again. I do need to revisit it. I've only seen it once, but pick that one up. Going back to earlier MCU films, I picked up The Incredible Hulk. This one did come with Slip. And the last MCU film I have here is Ant-Man. So I picked those up. Plan on finishing off my MCU. I only have a couple of films left to grab. Then I have, and it's an older film, and looking forward to checking this out. This is from 1950, black and white. It is Panic in the Streets. This one is still sealed. My favorite Mission Impossible film. I don't watch many of them, but I love this one, and it is MI2. I know that's not a popular opinion, but I do enjoy that one. Soundtrack especially. Another superhero one from the DC universe, and it is Wonder Woman. Didn't have this film, saw it with the slip, so decided to pick that one up. Next, I had the entire box set. I had the 4K box set, but I gave it to a friend here in the community who I know really, really wanted that 4K box set and wasn't able to pick up a copy. And to be honest, it was only the first film that I loved, and I wouldn't have seen the other two, I wouldn't have watched them very often. So I did find the first film on Blu-ray, so I picked it up because it's the one I enjoy the most, and it is The Karate Kid. This is just legendary film. Glad to have that in the collection. Again, this is a film that you will see me talk about fairly soon. I'm going to make this an episode. This film will be in an episode of First Taker Remake, and that is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. You got Denzel and John Travolta. So you will see that in an upcoming video. Another film that I'm really excited about, this is from 1956, starring one of my all-time favorites, and Audrey Hepburn, and it is War and Peace. Now, this is what I've heard is a marathon film. I've not seen it. I think it's 208 minutes. So this is a marathon, so we'll get through it at some point, but looking forward to checking that out. I love Audrey Hepburn. If I can find her films on Blu-ray, I always pick them up. This one, I've seen the first. This is the first one, and then the most recent follow-up to that film. I've seen the first one. I didn't love the first one, but I've only heard unbelievable things about the second one. So decided to pick this up, and it is Mr. Tom Cruise in Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. So this is with Slip, both of those films. I am looking forward to seeing the more recent one, and maybe I'll share my thoughts, what I thought of it. This one I have seen, and I didn't love it, but here's my hope. My hope is there will be a fourth film in this series, and it will answer all of the questions that this one should have answered. But I think it was a good boxing film, and it is Creed 3. With Slip, again, I thought it was a good boxing film. I just have a ton of questions. Rocky, if you haven't seen this film yet, you don't want spoilers, don't listen to the next 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Rocky should have been at that funeral. It makes no sense he wasn't at that funeral. He should have been there. The big fight, he should have been there. It wasn't addressed. We need a fourth film in the Creed series. That's all I got to say. Anyway, pick that up. I do have the first two, so I thought I'd add that one. This one, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, I didn't have it in the collection and have not seen it since it came out. But picked it up. It has a Slip as well, and it is Jurassic Park. Yeah, so I haven't seen it since it originally came out. Thought it deserved a revisit, so I picked that one up. Then we have another film that will also make an appearance on my First Taker Remake series, and it is from 1931, and it is The Front Page. So I do, the remake I do also own as well. I believe that was released by Kino. This is a Kino release. And so anyway, I will have an upcoming video comparing the two, but glad to have this one. I have not seen the original. This I've also not seen before. This one is from 1966. Really excited to check this out. And it is Fahrenheit 451. This is the 50th anniversary edition. I have not seen this. It does get great reviews, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. This one is, I haven't seen in a long time, but I'm looking forward to revisiting it on my big screen at home. And it is Pacific Rim, and it does have the lenticular cover on it. So this will be just a fun, unplug your brain, relax, check that one out. This next film, I've had this before. I added it into a trade at some point, but wanted to have it back. Really, really enjoy it. And I don't like almost any animated superhero films, but this one was really neat, and it is Batman Ninja. And the reason I picked this up and I enjoyed it so much, I watched the trailer on it originally, and the battle between the Joker and Batman is really, really fun. So anyway, glad to have this one in the collection. Again, I have a Batman video coming up very soon, so I needed a copy of this. Next one, I've not seen this, but I recently added another one of his films in this same franchise, and it is Diamonds Are Forever 007 with Sean Connery. Not seen this film, looking forward to checking this one out. Love Sean Connery. This film, embarrassed to say, never seen it either. And I picked this one up for the fall to watch during the Halloween season, and it is Disney's Hocus Pocus. Never seen it, but I'll be watching it for the first time this year. Looking forward to checking it out. This is an amazing summer movie. I know we're coming to the end of the summer, but it's a great summer film. I didn't have this in the collection, and it is The Way, Way Back. If you've never seen it, definitely worth checking out. It is a lot of fun, really, really cool cast. Highly recommend that one. And the last, no, it's not the, then we've got a box set for you and a couple other things I'll show you. So Harry Potter, my family is a huge fan of them. So I've given them the collections that I had because they watch them all the time. And because in my collection, I don't love the entire series, but my family does. But I love the first one. So I saw this one, I thought, you know what? I want the first one in the collection. So I do have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I will put that in my collection because I love the first one. I do enjoy the first book as well. And then I do have a Blu-ray box set here. I've never owned any of these films, but they're fantastic. And actually within the last month, I've been thinking about revisiting them all, but I did not have copies of any of them. So this is a really cool box set, and it is the Bourne trilogy. On Blu-ray, this opens up, it's a magnet, and there we go, opens up, and all three of the films are in there. So really, really neat box set. Really excited to have this in the collection and be able to revisit those films. And then I have a couple other things I'll show you. So I own Krampus on 4K. My good friend Stephanie had gifted it to me, and I didn't have a slip for it. And when I was there at the Dome today, I saw the Blu-ray slip, which has different artwork, and I thought that would be really cool to have the Blu-ray artwork on the slip with the amazing 4K artwork on the actual disc artwork. So I asked Pam, and she said, you know what? Yeah, absolutely, you can have that. So this is a Krampus slipcover, and I love this artwork, and put that over top of the amazing 4K artwork. Really, really fun. Cool to have that. Then Pam, I'll show you, she contacted me and said, or actually I saw a video, and in the video she had a box of laserdiscs, and there were a couple that I saw that I messaged her. I said, do you still have those? And she did. And so I hope one day to have a movie room of my own, and these will be on display. I am a giant fan of this guy and of both of these films. And the first one I'll show you is The Great Dictator, Charlie Chaplin. So really, really neat. There's some artwork on the back. And then in the middle, there's this giant, photos, descriptions, really, really neat. And I really enjoyed this film very much. So really cool artwork. So one day when I have the movie room, that will be displayed. And then this last one I'll show you is another Chaplin film, and it is Modern Times. So someday I'll have a movie room. These will be displayed. But until then, I will have them in my possession. We will enjoy checking them out every once in a while. So really, really cool. Really excited to have those. And so thankful that Pam had those and made them available. And then the last thing I'll show you, Pam gifted me this as I was leaving, and this was so cool and so kind. And I love these films so much. And so this is going in my office. Cannot wait to put it on display. And it is a Funko Pop of John Wick with dog. There he is, and gun. In classic Wick style. So this is so cool, and I just love this film series, and this Funko Pop is amazing. And Pam knew I was actually looking for one of these, and so Pam, thank you so much. This is so cool. Friends, the Video Game Movie Dome, you've got to check it out. You can do it in person, you can do it through the mail. It's so worth it. Send Pam your wish list, and if she can, she will try to help you find the films you're looking for. So Pam, a huge, massive thank you to you. Awesome catching up with you today. Friends, check out the Video Game Movie Dome. Everything is down in the description. Thank you so much for checking out this video, friends. As always, I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.